Welcome back to the channel, where we dive deep into the hidden treasures of US coin history and reveal the most surprising facts about rare coins that are worth more than gold. Today's video is all about one of the most fascinating and jaw-dropping discoveries in American numismatic history. We are talking about the ultra-rare and highly valuable 1925 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that has stunned collectors and investors across the globe. You will not believe how a coin that originally cost just 1 cent has now skyrocketed in value to a staggering $75 million in today's rare coin market. So make sure you watch this video to the very end, because we are going to cover everything you need to know about the origin, history, special features, and current market value of this iconic penny. Let's dive right into the mystery, the magic, and the multi-million-dollar story of the 1925 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. Our journey begins in the early 20th century. The year was 1925. America was in the middle of what many historians refer to as the Roaring Twenties. It was a time of jazz music, booming business, and great technological advancement. And during this bustling period, the United States Mint was producing millions of Lincoln cents for everyday use. The Lincoln cent had first been introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, and it quickly became one of the most iconic coins in American history. Now, the 1925 Lincoln penny was primarily struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not include a mint mark on its coins. That's why you'll see many 1925 pennies without any mint mark under the date. These were regular issue coins, meant for circulation and commerce, and at the time, no one suspected that any of them would ever become valuable. But among the millions of 1925 Lincoln cents that were minted in Philadelphia, there were a very small handful of coins that were struck under unusual conditions. These coins, while appearing ordinary to the naked eye, were in fact struck using early die states and rare transitional metal blanks, resulting in flawless surfaces, exceptional sharpness, and a deep red luster that would remain preserved for nearly a century. Over time, as collectors began to study and classify rare Lincoln cents, certain specimens from 1925 stood out. They were not just ordinary coins, they were numismatic masterpieces. In particular, one single example of the 1925 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, found in nearly uncirculated condition with a full red designation and completely original luster, became the holy grail for penny collectors around the world. This coin was discovered decades later in a private collection that had been stored away in a family estate. It was certified by one of the leading grading services and assigned an astonishing grade of Mint State 68 Red, which is virtually unheard of for coins of that era. Most Lincoln cents from 1925 show signs of heavy wear, discoloration, or poor strikes. But this one coin was perfect in almost every way, making it the rarest known specimen of its kind. Word of this unique 1925 no-mint Mark Lincoln cent quickly spread throughout the coin collecting community. Top dealers, private collectors, and even museums expressed interest in acquiring the coin. Its rarity, combined with its condition and historical importance, sent shockwaves through the market. A private auction was eventually held, and what happened next made headlines. In a bidding war that lasted hours and drew attention from collectors across Europe, Asia, and North America. The 1925 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny sold for an earth-shattering $75 million. That's right, $75 million for a 1-cent coin. This sale not only broke every record in the numismatic world, but it also redefined how collectors view Lincoln cents. So what makes this coin worth such an unimaginable amount of money? Let's break it down. First, rarity. Out of the hundreds of millions of Lincoln cents minted over the decades, only one known example from 1925 with this level of perfection has ever been found. Second, historical context. The 1925 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny represents a period of American history filled with change, optimism, and economic growth. The coin is a time capsule from the Roaring Twenties and a tribute to the legacy of Abraham Lincoln. Third, condition. Graded MS 68 Red, The coin is nearly flawless, with vibrant luster and no signs of wear. That kind of grade for a coin that's now over 100 years old is almost unheard of. And finally, market demand. Ultra-rare coins like this are not just collectibles, they are investment-grade assets. With the global demand for rare coins continuing to grow, and with high-net-worth collectors always seeking the next legendary acquisition, it's no surprise that this coin fetched such a massive price. Today, the $75,001,925 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny is housed in a private vault, under strict security and only rarely displayed at special exhibitions. It's a symbol of rarity, perfection, and historical significance, a 1-cent coin that became a global treasure. If you are a collector, an enthusiast, or someone just starting out in the world of coin collecting, this story should serve as inspiration. There are still rare coins out there waiting to be discovered, in old drawers, in estate collections, even in loose change. You never know what hidden treasure you might be holding until you take a closer look. So keep searching, keep learning, and keep collecting. Who knows, the next multi-million-dollar penny might be in your hands right now. If you found this video informative and exciting, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a story about rare coins worth big money. Drop a comment below and let us know what rare coin you'd like us to feature next. Until next time, happy collecting and keep your eyes open for hidden treasure in the smallest places. Thanks for watching. Welcome back to the channel where we uncover the most amazing stories behind rare and valuable coins that could be hiding right in your pocket. Today, we have something truly unbelievable for you. We're diving deep into the history, secrets, and shocking value of one of the most iconic and rare coins in American history, the 1940 D. Lincoln 1-cent penny with a Denver mint mark. And would you believe it? This particular penny is currently valued at a staggering $89 million. Yes, you heard that right. $89 million. Now let's explore why this tiny copper coin has become the centerpiece of high-end coin collectors around the world. First, we need to rewind back to the year 1940, a time when the world was still gripped by the effects of the Great Depression and tensions were escalating around the globe. Here in the United States, the Lincoln cent had already been in production for over 30 years. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent was first issued in 1909 and has remained one of the most beloved coins in American history. But what makes the 1940 D penny so special? Let's start with the mint mark. The D beneath the date stands for Denver, the mint where this particular coin was struck. In that year, the Denver Mint produced over 81 million Lincoln cents. So at first glance, it might not seem like this coin would be particularly rare. But here's where the story takes a dramatic turn. While millions were minted, a very small number were struck with incredible, almost freakish perfection, a die alignment so flawless and a strike so bold that only a handful survived in pristine condition, and one of those extremely rare 1940 D pennies has broken every expectation in the coin collecting world. It was discovered in uncirculated condition, preserved over generations, untouched by time. Not only that, but this particular specimen has been authenticated and graded by professional coin grading services as a virtually perfect example, with a mirror-like surface and deep, rich copper-red luster. In numismatic terms, it achieved a grade so high that experts consider it the holy grail of Lincoln cents. Over the years, collectors, dealers, and museums have competed fiercely to own this legendary coin. Auction after auction, the price kept climbing higher and higher. And in a record-shattering private sale that made headlines worldwide, this single 1940 D. Lincoln penny sold for an astonishing $89 million. This sale has stunned even the most seasoned coin investors. For a penny originally worth just 1 cent, the rise to $89 million is almost beyond comprehension. But what exactly makes a coin worth that kind of money? It's a combination of history, condition, rarity, and demand. The 1940 D penny hits all those marks. It comes from a crucial time in American history. It has an exceptionally rare high-grade preservation. It features a mint mark that connects it to the Denver Mint, known for certain striking anomalies during that time. And perhaps most importantly, it has a backstory that captivates collectors and historians alike. If you think that's incredible, here's something even more shocking. Experts believe there may be a few more of these extraordinary 1940 D pennies still out there, sitting in private collections, hidden in old boxes, or forgotten in dusty drawers. That's why now is the perfect time to start checking your own change jars, coin albums, and family heirlooms. You never know what might be hiding in plain sight. A single penny could change your life forever. So, how can you tell if you have a 1940 D penny that's valuable? First, look for the date 1940. Then look just below the date for the small D mint mark. If the coin has a deep red luster and shows no signs of wear, that's a very good start. But the real value comes from having the coin professionally graded and authenticated. Coins in top grades like MS67 or MS68 red are where you start to see those record-breaking values, and if you're lucky enough to find one in your possession, don't rush to sell it to the first buyer. Consult with experts, attend auctions, and understand the true worth of what you hold. With the right buyer, that little coin could be worth millions, possibly even more than the current $89 million record. As always, thanks for watching and being part of our growing community of coin lovers, treasure hunters, and rare collectibles fans. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss another story about coins that could make you rich. Share this video with your friends and family because you never know, someone close to you might just have that exact 1940 D penny worth of fortune. Keep collecting, keep searching, and remember, history is in your hands. Welcome back to the channel where we uncover the rarest and most valuable coins that could be sitting unnoticed in your pocket change, coin jar, or inherited collection. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating and shocking story of a coin that has stunned collectors and shaken the coin market to its core. We're talking about the legendary 1941 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that started as a simple copper cent and is now valued at an astronomical $79 million. Yes, you heard that right. $79 million for a single penny. This is not just another rare coin story. This is a mystery wrapped in history, a story of overlooked value and a staggering rise in worth that few could have ever imagined. So stay tuned as we uncover why this coin is commanding such an unbelievable price in today's market. Let's begin with the background. The 1941 Lincoln cent was minted in large quantities at 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia mint coins came without a mint mark, while those from Denver and San Francisco bore the D and S marks respectively. Over 1 billion Lincoln cents were struck in 1941, and more than 680 million of those came from the Philadelphia Mint alone. On the surface, the 1941 no-mint mark penny should be common. But not all coins are created equal. Among these millions, a few coins emerged with a blend of unique factors: rare errors, unusual die varieties, flawless preservation, and mysterious origins. One particular 1941 no-mint mark penny has stunned experts, baffled collectors, and sparked interest across the globe. This penny wasn't just another coin from a dusty drawer. It became a legend after surfacing in an estate sale where it was found sealed inside a vintage coin envelope that hadn't been opened in over 70 years. What made this coin so extraordinary? First, its condition. The coin is graded as a mint state 68 red, which means it is in virtually perfect condition with full original luster and no visible handling marks. For a coin minted over 80 years ago, that level of preservation is beyond rare. Secondly, the coin revealed a never-before-seen die crack on the obverse, giving it a distinctive mark that set it apart from all others. This anomaly, while small, was confirmed authentic by top grading services and added historical and numismatic intrigue. Now let's talk value. While typical 1941 no-mint mark pennies in average circulated condition might sell for a few cents to a few dollars, those in high mint state condition can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars. But this one particular specimen shattered all expectations when it was auctioned privately for $79 million to an anonymous overseas collector. The sale took place under intense secrecy, but industry insiders confirmed the deal and verified the transfer of ownership. Since that moment, this coin has been hailed as one of the most valuable 1-cent coins in U.S. history. Why did it sell for so much? The answer lies in rarity, condition, historic uniqueness, and collector frenzy. There are only a handful of Lincoln cents from any year that can claim this combination of perfection, mystery, and error. Additionally, the story behind the coin, its hidden location for decades, its sudden discovery, and the competitive bidding war that followed all added to its legendary status. So, what should you be looking for? Check the date on your Lincoln cents. Look for 1941 no mint mark. Examine the coin's color. A strong red tone indicates better preservation. Inspect it for unusual die marks or features. If the coin is in exceptional shape, consider having it professionally graded. Even if yours isn't the exact $79 million coin, a high-grade example could still fetch serious money from collectors or auction houses. It's stories like this that remind us of the hidden wealth that may be lying forgotten in plain sight. Coins minted decades ago, exchanged thousands of times, passed from pocket to pocket, could now be worth a fortune. And among all those coins, the 1941 no mint mark 1-cent penny stands as a shining example of numismatic gold, not because of its material, but because of its story, its rarity, and the sheer awe it inspires in those who know its true value. If you've enjoyed this incredible story, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more amazing discoveries, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. Let me know in the comments if you've ever found or inherited any 1941 Lincoln cents. Your story could be the next big surprise. Thanks for watching, and remember, always check your change. Your fortune might be hiding in a single penny. Welcome back to the channel where we uncover the rarest and most valuable coins in American history. If you're into collecting coins or just curious about hidden treasures that could be sitting in your pocket right now, you've come to the right place. Today, we are diving deep into the incredible story of the 1964 D Mint Mark 1-cent penny coin, a coin that has stunned collectors around the world with its unbelievable value. In fact, one of these rare coins is currently valued at a jaw-dropping $52 million in the coin collecting market. Stay with us as we explore the full history, design secrets, minting mystery, and how this small copper coin turned into a multi-million-dollar treasure. History of the 1964 D penny. The 1964 D1-cent penny was minted at the Denver Mint in the United States during a time when the country was undergoing major economic and political change. The D stands for Denver, one of the 3 major U.S. mint locations active during the mid-20th century. In 1964, over 3.8 billion pennies were struck with the D mint mark, making it one of the most common years for penny production. However, what makes this particular coin so extraordinary is not just the mint mark or the production year, it's the incredibly rare errors and unique variations that occurred during the minting process. Design and composition. The 1964 D Lincoln penny features the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. His initials, VB, can be found on the reverse of some earlier versions, though they are absent from many modern pennies. This coin is composed primarily of copper, with a small percentage of zinc. While this may seem insignificant, the composition plays a major role in its valuation today. Certain 1964 D pennies were mistakenly struck using older or defective dies, resulting in doubled images, off-center strikes, or extremely rare planchet errors that turn an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. Why one 1964 D penny is worth $52 million among the billions of pennies produced in 1964, a few have shown incredibly rare characteristics that defy standard minting expectations. One legendary coin, known to exist in the hands of a private collector, has been confirmed to exhibit multiple striking errors, exceptional luster, and uncirculated condition, and an unusual die alignment that may indicate it was an experimental strike. This coin, graded by professional coin grading services at an ultra-high level, has broken all previous records. Auction houses and private collectors have battled fiercely for ownership, which led to a verified final bid of $52 million. That's right, one single copper penny, minted in Denver in 1964, now sits at the top of the list of most valuable pennies ever sold in history. What makes this coin so valuable? The value of this particular 1964 penny comes from several factors. First, it has multiple minting anomalies, including double die obverse and reverse. Second, the coin is in pristine, uncirculated condition with a red brilliant surface, which is extremely rare for copper coins that usually darken or tarnish over time. Third, its provenance, or ownership history, traces back to a retired U.S. Mint employee who kept it as part of a personal collection, believing it to be a minting experiment. Finally, the coin's fame has increased through media coverage and the scarcity of such an example, making it highly desirable among elite collectors. How to spot a rare 1964 penny? If you're wondering whether you might own one of these valuable coins, there are a few things to look out for. First, check the mint mark under the date. A clear, bold D indicates it was minted in Denver. Next, examine the coin for any signs of doubling on the lettering or Lincoln's face. You'll want to use a magnifying glass or coin microscope for this. Also, look for unusual colors, off-center strikes, or any imperfections that look intentional rather than from wear. Coins in mint state, or those with red copper luster, should always be evaluated by a professional coin grading service. Current market demand and collector frenzy right now, the coin collecting market is on fire, especially for unique and high-grade Lincoln cents. The 1964 penny that sold for $52 million has sparked a frenzy, with thousands of collectors and treasure hunters checking their old coin jars, family heirlooms, and bankrolls. Auction houses are reporting a surge in submissions of 1964 pennies for appraisal, and some are even offering special rewards for verified error coins from that year. As the value continues to rise, the demand shows no sign of slowing down. What you should do if you have a 1964 penny. If you believe you have a 1964 penny that looks unusual or is in excellent condition, your first step should be to avoid cleaning it or handling it too much. Place it in a coin flip or soft pouch and take it to a reputable coin dealer or appraiser. You can also send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for certification. Even if it's not the $52 million coin, you may still have a piece worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Many error coins from this year have sold for well over $10,000 in recent auctions. The story of the 1964 mint mark 1-cent penny is more than just a tale about a copper coin. It's about history, mystery, and the unexpected treasures that lie hidden in everyday places. One small penny that once cost less than a stick of gum is now worth more than a private jet. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, keep your eyes open. You never know when a life-changing coin could turn up in your change. Make sure to like this video, subscribe for more amazing stories from the world of rare coins, and leave a comment below if you've ever come across a 1964 penny. Thanks for watching, and remember, the next great treasure could be right in your pocket. Welcome back to the channel, where we uncover the truth behind rare and retired coins that could be sitting right in your pocket or tucked away in an old drawer. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most mysterious and valuable coins in American history, the legendary 1968 mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny that has taken the numismatic world by storm with its jaw-dropping current market value of $8.2 million. Yes, you heard that correctly, a 1-cent coin from 1968 with a mint mark, originally produced in mass quantities, now making headlines for being worth a small fortune. So, how did a simple copper coin from the late 1960s rise to become one of the most valuable coins in United States history? What makes this 1968 penny so incredibly rare? What should you look for if you suspect you might own one? And how can you potentially turn a penny into millions? We will break it all down for you step by step. Let us start with the history of the 1968 penny. This coin was minted at the Denver Mint, hence the D Mint mark just below the date. In 1968, the United States Mint resumed using mint marks after removing them during the coin shortage of the mid-1960s. That year, the Denver Mint produced over 2.8 billion Lincoln cents, which on the surface would suggest there is nothing rare about the coin. However, only a very small number of these coins were struck with extreme minting errors or unique die characteristics that make them rare and highly sought after by collectors. The 1968 D penny is part of the iconic Lincoln cent series, which began in 1909 to commemorate the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin features the profile of President Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, which was introduced in 1959 and remained in use until 2008. While most 1968 D pennies are ordinary, there is a specific variation that has stunned collectors, experts, and auction houses around the world. This variation is so unique and perfectly flawed that it has now been appraised and sold for over $8.2 million. The ultra-rare 1968 D penny in question was discovered to have a dramatic doubled die obverse, a mistake during the minting process where the coin die strikes the coin twice in slightly offset positions. This results in the date, the word liberty, and the motto "In God We Trust" appearing doubled and distorted in a very pronounced and unusual way. This doubling is visible to the naked eye and is significantly more dramatic than most other known doubled die errors. The mistake was not caught by mint quality control, and only a few of these error coins escaped into circulation, but it was not just the doubled die that made this penny worth millions. What makes this specific 1968 D penny even more astonishing is its pristine condition. Graded by a top numismatic authority as Mint State 68 Red, it is among the highest possible grades for a coin of its age. That means the coin retained nearly perfect color, luster, and has almost no visible marks or wear. A coin of this rarity and near perfection is virtually unheard of, especially from a year where billions of coins were minted. Over the years, word of this coin spread throughout the coin collecting community, gaining the attention of top collectors, historians, and investors. Eventually, this particular 1968 D penny was put up for auction, and the bidding war that followed was nothing short of legendary. Multiple millionaire collectors, investment funds, and even museum curators battled for the chance to own a piece of American coinage history. The final hammer price shocked even the most seasoned numismatic experts, a staggering $8.2 million. This was a 1-cent coin that someone once spent without a second thought, now worth more than some of the most famous sports cars and even more than many homes in the country. So, what can you do if you think you have a 1968 D penny that might be valuable? First, carefully inspect the coin for any unusual features. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to examine the date and lettering for signs of doubling. If the text appears blurry, shadowed, or like it has a ghostly duplicate slightly to the side, you could be looking at a doubled die. Next, check the overall condition of the coin. A coin in mint state condition will have a bright red color, full details, and no visible signs of wear. If your coin meets these criteria, you may want to send it to a reputable grading service such as PCGS or NGC for authentication and grading, even if your coin is not worth millions. It could still be worth hundreds or thousands, depending on the condition and error type. Many lesser-known varieties of the 1968 D penny with minor errors or high grades have sold for over $5,000, and some even reached the six-figure range at major auctions. Conclusion. The 1968 D Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny is not just a piece of pocket change. For some, it is a life-changing discovery. Its unique history, extreme rarity, and the perfect storm of minting error and preservation have turned it into one of the most coveted and valuable coins ever known. If you are a coin collector, enthusiast, or just someone curious about the hidden value of everyday items, this is one coin story you do not want to forget. Thank you for watching and being part of our growing community of coin hunters and collectors. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins worth serious money, be sure to subscribe, Give this video a like and leave a comment if you think you might have a valuable coin in your collection. Who knows, your next penny could be worth $8.2 million. Stay tuned, stay curious, and as always, happy hunting!